Hello, welcome to Violet Shadow Tarot. Today we are doing a general reading for the sign of Gemini. I am doing this reading in September of 2022, but if this reading is pulling you in at a different time and you've been drawn to watch it, that means that there could be messages for you. We're going to start by getting a few oracles before we head into the tarot. So let me get started. The rainbow. Opposition, and one more card. And the hawk and the thistle. Graceful persistence. Okay. So let's get our tarot going. Let's look at your energy. The Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. I'm getting like an overall feeling of going through a process in a situation that has difficulties, but you are not giving up to reach a goal and get where you want to go. Here we are, the Hangman in reverse, the Knight of Wands. And you're doing so in like a way that is being true to your character, like not losing your humility and like morals to like stoop to a lower level. High Priestess in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse. Four of Wands in reverse. All right. And our last card, the Empress in reverse. Okay. So you've been in a situation, it looks like, that has been difficult, and there has been obstacles that persistently have kind of tried to stop you, but you seem to have, like I said, like a goal, or you have your mindset on continuing down the path to get to exactly where you want to be, and you're not going to let that stop you. So this is something that it's like a path for, it could be stability in many different types of ways. It's not just like material stability I'm picking up. It's more of like an overall kind of stability in everything. So if you've been in a relationship that has been rocky, if you have like a tendency to get into relationships that are rocky, if you haven't ever felt like you've had your own ground to stand on, it's like breaking away from the things that have made your life more difficult and going towards what for you is going to be like stable and fulfilling, and not letting the things that are trying to, like, are in your way as obstacles stop you. So you've got the Ace of Pentacles and the King of, or the Knight of Cups. So this is something that I think that you've already made the decision. That's your energy making the decision to go in that direction, and putting, deeply putting like yourself into, like talking yourself into, like, this is what I'm going to do and I'm going to stick with it, and dealing with everything that you have to do along the way. So we see your energy coming in, and the energy around you, it's an oppositional type of energy. We have the Hanged Man in reverse. This deck, the card looks like it's upright, but it is not. It is in reverse. And the Knight of Wands. And it's, for me, it's kind of, it says something that the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands are here sitting beside each other. It's kind of like a drive to get stuck. There's something around you that is kind of driven for whatever reason. And driven might not be the best word, but it's the word that's coming in. Driven for whatever reason to keep you kind of on one particular path, or in, or something like that. Whether this is a relationship, it is for some people. I am getting that for sure. Whether this is a relationship or just in general, what you've been through has really caused you to kind of step up and say no more. Like, this is not going to happen anymore. I'm fighting this, and I'm going to have what I deserve. And I know that it's been difficult, and it's been unnecessarily difficult for me. So this is going to be something that I'm moving away from. And your supportive energies, it looks like with the High Priestess in reverse and the Page of Swords in reverse, there may be like a mistrust. This looks like a mistrust for you and the support around you. Like, you not feeling like you have, one, that you have the ability to like make decisions. Like, this could be the past you, like kind of getting in your own way. Like, you not having the confidence in yourself, and the knowing, like trusting that you do know. And so to me, like, it gives off a very, very big, like, you feeling as though like you're on your own and you have to do things on your own. But in the past, it was more of a feeling like you lacked people, like feeling like you lacked the support, and like that kind of holding you back, because you may have been looking at that as like a negative thing, and like you'll never be able to get any further because the lack of support around you, and being really, really upset about the fact that there was lack of support around you. But then you moving into, like, again, we have more of kind of a story of the Four of Wands in reverse and the Empress in reverse. Things that are not like fruitive, things that cannot help you flourish, things that are not fair, things that are not balanced, things that don't work well and have opportunity to grow in. That's what you're moving away from. So there's a consistent story here of, you know, you really deciding, and the change. I think that with the Rainbow card and the Hawk and the Thistle, graceful persistence, I think it's like the state of mind has changed in you, and you're not looking anymore at like like drowning in the sadness of the fact that like you don't feel supportive, because it does look like there were things in the past where things that should have been foundation for you and, friends, family, a relationship, something that truly didn't show up for you. They did not support you. They did not help you as, they should have, and it could have been honestly all of those things. But now instead of looking at like how sad it is and how disappointed you are that that's not, that you don't have kind of what you should have had to be able to flourish. Now you're stepping into, I'm going to do this because I know that I can fulfill this for myself. I know that if I can't lean on other people, like I really am going to figure out how to fill my own cup and step up and be my own support, which is a healthy thing to do if you're doing it in a healthy way. So it's a beautiful energy of like your progress into that direction. And I think that this is something that you're still like, you're kind of on, you're baby stepping this, which is, it's a process that you do have to baby step, but you've made the decision already. So while the movement might not be a quick movement, like you've already made the decision to start moving, and you're aligning everything to be able to do that. So it's that process, and it's great. So you're not going to put up with, the bullshit of people who also really truly should be there and aren't there for you for their own like selfish reasons that are unjust for you. Like you won't be putting up with that sort of stuff. This is like leveling up and really looking at things from a higher perspective and the perspective of the greater good for you, and really finding that you do have the power within you, even though that you may have lived your entire life feeling like, you would never be able to do anything, and were truly dragged down by the people around you. And the situations around you, whatever that might be, it's different for everybody. So this is a really good reading. It's beautiful. I do want to get some, like, I guess, advice, like a one general good advice for Gemini. Can I have advice for Gemini? Let's see what comes up. 9 of Wands reverse. Advice for Gemini. Strength in reverse. And the moon. Okay. So what this is telling me is, if you've resonated with the message of, feeling like you really got stuck because of the way that you were thinking about like the lack of support, and not feeling like you'd ever be able to do anything because of the lack of support and strength of what is around you, you've realized that can really make you stuck. And one thing that is really important is, if this is something that you've had a pattern of doing, which it looks like it is, like it very well may be that this is something that you've kind of noticed within yourself, and you're finally kind of like waking up and being like, no, I am taking control of this, and I will get better or get to a better place because I know that I can do this. You may still have times where it's going to be rocky, and it's going to be, you get those feelings again, because that's just not something that you one day decide, like, I'm never going to think this way again. It's still a process. It's still cycles that go through. So just remembering, the process that's going to happen, and also going deep within to try to figure out where that particular narrative for yourself came from. So, what in your life has made you feel that way? And dissect that, which I actually believe that you've already done this. Like, you've already kind of seen dysfunction around you, or whatever it is that had made you feel this way. I think that you've seen it, and you've seen it as not positive anymore, and like something that has been very negative and affected you negatively. Really looking at that, and if there are wounds, like inner child wounds, that which can 100% cause that sort of a thought process and narrative for yourself, trying to go in and heal those inner child wounds, and rewire your brain into really truly confidently believing and being able to take the step forward. Because one thing that you might run into, and it's totally normal, is having this stepping up and then being like, I'm going to do this, and then things don't go right, and then you kind of fall back into that wounded child, and that wounded part of you comes up. So it's going to take a lot, but you're determined to get there, and you're determined to get there in a way that is, again, like keeping your character is what I'm hearing, like, so that you can look back and say that you did not do anything that you regret. You didn't fall back on any sort of morals that you have for yourself, to where you will not question your own character and say that you behaved in a way that you were really regretful of. So that's really good. I am going to start out and pull a couple of runes so we can see what runes come up for you. Okay. So right here, this is Dagaz. This is the rune of like light, success, balance, and transformation. It absolutely makes sense to be in this reading, and that is what you're going through. You're going through a transformation that is deep within, to bring balance to yourself and make it to where you're more successful and feel more whole with yourself in your life. And then this is your second rune. This is Tiwaz. It is courage and strength, which it takes that, and you have that to be able to go through what you are going through and continue on that journey. So those are beautiful runes. Let's also pull some charms to see if we can get anything that resonates for you. What do we have? We have an elephant. We have a star with another star, the letter D. The letter X. We have a key. We have a horse that is running. Another star. Another horse that is running. Like, yes, you are definitely, you are on the move. Like, you're on your journey for sure. And with the star here, I feel like you are also, you are knowingly healing, and that's part of your process. And you also have a little ghost charm, and then you have your hand. Ooh, you have, this is the coin, this is Queen Elizabeth II, who just recently passed in the last week. And then the last charm that you have is love and the eternity symbol. So that's beautiful. So that is your reading. If you did resonate with this, please let me know by liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting to let me know that your message has been received. I do like to know that everybody who the messages are meant to find finds the messages. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you again soon, and have a blessed day.